XtremeRPM TV special. Well, when I say special, it's going to be a more weak thing than special. But anyway, we are in the starting grid. It's a new program from XtremeRPM TV, which discuss what happened on racing weeks. So counting on that NLC trophy with World Endurance Championship and F1, the three championship that we have at the moment. Obviously, during the year, we're gonna have many more championships, and then we're gonna probably do more starting grids. With me today, we have, as always, me, Henrique, and Hugo, which is the director for World Endurance Championship, and is going to be my colleague during this starting grid shows. We're gonna have, obviously, during the weeks that's going to do the show, or during the days we're going to do the show, several guests, as for team managers and drivers or admins, depending. And we're going to do, basically, it's a weekly show explaining what happened and what's going to happen in XtremeRPM, previewing or reviewing what happened on XtremeRPM during the week. Without further ado, hello, Hugo.
Hello and good night, Henrique. It's a pleasure to be here for this episode 1, let's call it that way, of the Starting Grid show. Like you said, it will be a weekly, we will try to make it weekly at least, where we're gonna speak about our championships here at XtremeRPM and preview upcoming races. We will have guests. It will be a very interesting show in my opinion, and we'll try to make it a short one, around 30 minutes, so you don't get sick of us.
Yeah, exactly. As you said, try to be weekly. We don't know how about championships are gonna be laid out during the year. We know that F1 and WEC are laid out. We know the layout of those championships because they are big ones and year long. So we know the layout of races and qualifies. But the rest of the championships are a secret of the gods. Let's just say that, and we don't know if we can. We're gonna try to make it weekly, but we don't know yet. Well, we don't want to get this too far away from the script that Ugu made it, and as you can see, we're gonna kind of follow a script, even though I'm not the most professional commentator out there, and I like to play and laugh a lot, so you know what to
It's
expect.
part. It's part of the show.
Yeah, you know what to expect from me. As for Ugu's more kind of serious guy, so you won't let me laugh or say anything bad. But if Ben was here, then we're gonna have 30 minutes of laughing. Since he's Ugu, we're gonna talk about things, and things we're gonna talk. NLC Trophy. NLC Trophy is going on for its fourth round, which will be Braga. The Vasco Samer circuit will be the fourth round of the NLC Trophy. We had 3 rounds. First round was in
Laguna Seca.
exactly, and
Yeah.
I almost forgot that.
Yeah, a second one was in Brand Hat, and the third one at Nürburgring Sprint. To be honest, I didn't watch the second race of Nürburgring, but I was able to watch the first one, and the Brands Hatch was the round that I watched with more attention.
Yeah.
Nice packed races, grids of around 20 to 25 cars, as far as I could I could see.
Depending on the circuit.
Yeah, but a lot of accidents as well, and on some races. It's a part of the racing, but some accidents could have been avoided. Of course, the marshals are into that and applying penalties. But it's a very good championship. I'm enjoying to watch the live broadcasts, which, by the way, you and Ben have done a very good job, in my opinion.
Thank you very
Um,
much.
and as you said, we are going into round 4, which should be next Tuesday, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken,
exactly. Yeah.
at the regular time, 8:30 p.m. for qualifying, followed by 2 races, which are going to be live broadcasted on simrace.tv once again, our official partner for the live broadcasts. And speaking about the past 3 rounds, what are your thoughts on that, Henrique?
Yeah, as I said, good racing, packed racing too. Couple of crashes, but we are here to laugh at them when they do. The racing is obviously expected between the top guys from XtremeRPM, and talking on that, we had a basically domination from run one from Nuno Pinto from Lusitanian SR Pro team. Uh, on Laguna Seca, he
Yeah,
managed to win the 2 races
yeah,
with
and he also get the pole position.
yeah, he managed to get pole position in 2 races with massive difference. With the first one with 18 seconds for the second car, which was AJ Yates, and the second race was 28 seconds for his teammate for Nuno Senna.
Yeah, maybe we can make a small, short review about the first round, about the results. Like you are you are talking about the race one where Nuno Pinto won with 18 seconds from AJ Yates. Third place was
Given up
Givernau
João
from,
Lopes.
yeah, from Lusitanian SR Pro as well.
Yeah.
Nuno
Um,
Senna and David
it,
Rego closed the top 5 positions for this NLC trophy on race one on Laguna Seca.
yeah, and the difference between first and fifth is 48 seconds. So, Laguna Seca was basically the first race, and Nuno Pinto there making a statement saying, "Well, I'm here to win," and he won the 2 races basically.
Yeah, he won race
As
two
for
from. Sorry to interrupt you. He won race two from Nuno Senna, which was second place. Third place for Nelson Rodrigues. Fourth place for Juan Puyo, and fifth place for Hugo Silva.
difference between first and fifth is 41 seconds. He's maintaining the average.
Yeah,
Uh,
20 cars for race two and 21 for race one.
yeah,
So
and then
a good show up for the round
yeah,
one.
yeah, and then we had the big one. Brent Hats was the most how can I say this? Well, defiant
Exciting.
racer. Yeah,
Yeah, I think
exciting
it
and
was the
defiant.
most exciting race.
Yep. It's a hard track, it's an old track, everyone knows Branch Hatch one way or the other. Indy track or just the usual F1 layout. And we had a surprise, qualify. Govankini managed to
Govankini.
managed to post the fastest time and followed by Vladimir Merelli and then Nuno Pinto in third.
Yeah.
And this was
The
the first non-expected thing on the championship.
Yeah, only half a second the difference between first and third. Antti Hitiainen was in fourth position on this qualifying, and Adal Bueno from Pro Race Simulation closed the top five, top fifth.
Top, top five. For the race one was won by Nuno Pinto. He jumped from third to first in one corner, basically. He managed to win the race with 11 seconds difference for Antti, and again showing the how well prepared he was for this race.
Yeah, but
Antti,
they had a nice
Ant,
battle, I believe, on race two.
yeah,
No,
with
actually, it
Antti.
was on, no, it was on race one. I was correct, and if I remember correctly, Antti made a mistake.
Yeah,
Uh,
on the chicane, top chicane of the Branchats
Yeah,
track.
he was getting closer and closer to Nuno Pinto, but he couldn't make a move, and then made a mistake, which cost him first position and Nuno Pinto managed to win this race with 11 seconds difference.
AJH was third, fourth was Gibernau João Lopes, you know it, and Govankini after the pole position fall 4 positions and ended on fifth, completing the top five with a difference of 23 seconds, 0.7 for Nuno Pinto. So not a big difference between how you saw on Laguna Seca. So the track is different too. It doesn't
Yeah. On
generate that much of a difference.
race 2, we saw a different winner, Vladimir Morelli from AJ Racing. He managed to win this race from Nuno Pinto and Magiel from also AJ Racing. David Rego and Andy Itiainen closed the top five. Sorry, the difference between them was only 37 seconds. The difference from first to fifth position. 25 cars started race number 2, which was a very very good show up for this event. Um, we also saw new faces, I believe, on this race. Um, and then we had Nürburgring Sprint last week at this German circuit, where we saw Nuno Pinto getting the pole position. I was making a small delay to open the page of the results. Nuno Pinto managed to get the pole from Govankini and Antti Hitiainen on third position. So we can basically say the top contenders on this championship are Nuno Pinto, Antti Hitiainen, Vladimir Morelli, Govankini, Maciel, and AJ Yates. Do you
Yeah,
have any
because
more?
no, just those qualified. Just to say, and someone just called me on Skype. Sorry about that. Just to say that race one and race two were pretty full of action. Sorry, and we saw Gavankini. Well, he lost his head basically.
Yeah,
He lost a
yeah, I
couple of
remember that.
positions. And he
He made,
lost a couple of positions and then lost his head and starting to make a lot of mistakes. And he's going to be penalized for that. I'm sure of
yeah,
that.
I'm sure he's going to be heavily penalized for that.
Yeah,
I saw a lot of incidents with him. Like you said, he lost his mind on some laps, and he should have been more focused and with his head only onto the racetrack. And I don't think he was. But like we were saying, Nuno Pinto won this race from second position, Vladimir Morelli and Antti Hitiainen on third. Basically, these are the top three contenders in my opinion. AJ Yates was on fourth position, and Ricardo Azevedo, the new signing from Global Racing, also for the World Endurance Championship, but we are going to talk about that in a while. Closed the top fifth. Race 2. Michael won the race for AJ Racing. Nuno Pinto was second, AJ Yates third, Antti Hitiainen on fourth, and Ricardo Azevedo closed the top five positions of this Nürburgring sprint. So 6 races have gone by, 3 rounds. Next one will be on Braga, as you said. Nuno Pinto will be racing in his home country. Do you expect him to win this race?
mm, it depends. I know most of these drivers well. I've been on XtremeRPM for a couple of years now. I know how they race. I know how well they are prepared for some events. Well, I knew that Laguna Seca was going to be a shamble for Winter basically because he likes the track. Uh, Braga, it's kind of a special track because it doesn't have elevations. It doesn't have changes of elevations. It doesn't have corners with camber. which we had on previous 3 rounds. We had Laguna Seca, which basically say corkscrew, and you have the elevation change there. We have Branch Hatch that has a massive elevation change on first corner, and then we have Nürburgring short version. The first corner, Yokohama corner, is again positive camber for the inside, and most of the it's a blind corner basically, and most of the guys, as you saw on the broadcast, missed the corner. As for Vasco Saber, the track doesn't have those elevation change, so I think we can have for the first time more evenly raced. More evenly race between Nuno Pinto, Mirelli, Anti, AJ, Govanchini, if he managed to keep his head straight, and then Maciel, if he managed to be as good as he was on race 2 of Nürburgring. But again, it's just my thoughts. I don't know what's going on the head of those guys.
Yeah, nobody knows, but we can try to understand how they are going to this round
Well,
4.
you can always call that guy that you said on previously,
Who?
Profeta.
Okay, inside joke here, guys. This is just an inside joke. Anyway, looking at the driver standings, we have Nuno Pinto on first position with 140 points. Second position for Vladimir Morelli from AJ Racing with 68 points, so he's 72 points down. AJ Yates on third position, also for AJ Racing, with 65 points. Antti Hietainen on fourth position with 60 points. And Givernau, João Lopes, on fifth position for Lusitanium SR Pro with 59 points.
As for the teams, first position for Lusitanium SR Pro with 208 points. Second position is for AJ Racing with 174, so 34 minus. Lusitanium SR without the Pro is third, so first and third for Lusitanium for the Portuguese team, 98 points. There, quite a lot of points behind, 110 points behind. Then we have the first of the Spanish teams or the Canarian teams, as me and Ben say, Pros Racing, 57 points with minus 151. That's a lot. And then fifth position, Pro Racing Simulation with 45 points minus 163. Then we have AJ Racing 2, Pro PR Simulation, Star Alliance Motorsport, AJ Racing 3, and Plutonium Tech is last with 0 points. So 10 teams. I mean, nothing changes on the team. So
Yeah, it's more close at the team standings with AJ Racing not far behind Lusitanium SR Pro, only 34 points behind. That's recoverable. But yeah, there's a lot of races, still a lot of races to go, so anything can happen, both on the driver standings and the team standings.
yeah, exactly.
So
We
round
have to
4
talk.
will
Yeah,
be
round 4.
just February 3rd, next Tuesday, at 8:30 p.m. for the official qualifying session.
Yeah, exactly. And we have mentioned at least for a minute F1. I'm gonna be quick about this. F1 is not on the run yet. It's gonna be on March, and we're gonna have 2 test races. The last one being broadcast, I think. We'll see. The guys have been posted. They've been on Jerez, the test track, sorry, and they have been posting times. At the moment, the fastest guys are Juan Fran and Valiant Hammer, with one 18.5 each, 10 for the Hammer and Juan Fran with 5.37, and these are the fastest guys. And then we have Pinto with the 189, flipping soft with 189.03, very close there for the repeat. Then we have the contenders from last year, Ricardo Ferreira with 118.999, and then Vladimir Mirelli, which was the champion from last year. He didn't pass a time yet. I'm knowing Mirelli, I don't think he will. So the guys are, some of them are hiding the game, but this is F1, and you know how F1 works.
Looking.
Jumping,
Sorry
yeah,
to interrupt, but looking at the registrations at the moment on the F1, we have a lot of drivers to contend
yeah.
this championship. Of
Remember
course,
that only the 26 fastest are going to be on the grid.
exactly. I can say that my team, Hawkeye Racing Team, is considering the possibility to enter on this championship. Nothing is certain at the moment. It's not bluff or anything. We are just thinking if we can create a team here on this Formula One championship as well.
Yep, and we have news from him. That F1 always uh, very good on speculation and news. We're gonna jump to endurance championship, and this has to be quick. Um, for some of the guys, this is gonna be a blow, but the championship turn, well, take a turn for the worse. Basically, the add-on mod not working correctly, and the
Yeah,
XtremeRPM
basically,
stuff.
basically, yeah, basically, we need to clear this out. We are on the test race phase. Of course, that we had problems on the first two races. Um, But this is what the test races are for, to test the mod, to test the server stability, to test the live timing, which is our plugin that we have to administrate the live racing system, because we run the sessions on free practice. And this is what the test races are for. Yeah. So basically, we had problems. We tried to narrow those problems and to solve it. We did a lot of testing regarding the server configuration. Um, we had lag problems on Catalonia, that's a fact, but that was because we are running everything from the same machine, which that didn't happen at Brno on race number 2, where we were running the race from one server, and everything else, the forum, the live timing, was on another server. So to make it very clear, the server is not the issue. Uh, but maybe the mod isn't the issue as well. We know from the several tests we have been doing that the mod is consuming a lot of memory, basically because the models are very high poly. But uh, myself, I did some fixes last night. I corrected some problems that I caught in the trace, and hopefully the Enduraces mod with the add-on we have been using, maybe we can solve the problems for the future, and we can use that mod in the future. But next week, February 8th, we are going to have another test race at Catalonia as well, because everyone tested for that race, so they don't need to do any more testing. So we are going to use the original Enduro Racers mod, and hopefully everything will run smooth without any disconnects and without any major problems. And then we'll see what we are going to do, if we run another test race with the add-on mod, or if we go straight to the championship with the original Enduro Racers mod. But like I said, the test races are to test everything, and we really hope that all the teams we had to make this championship and that showed up on the first test races, that they can continue with us, um, and that they will make this 2014 championship one of the greats, one of the great here at Extreme RPM.
Yep. So you heard from the director of the WEC. Nothing. No one is better to explain those things than him. We have to say that test race. Sorry, but I'm thinking in Portuguese. Happened. Well, it was shortened by 1 hour and a half, I
Yeah,
think.
exactly. We did a
And
3 hour race at Catalonia. It was a very interesting race at that time when the server crashed.
yep, and
I'm trying
well,
to open the results file.
and
Yeah, exactly. So Lusitanium was on the first place at the server crash. At the time the server crashed, Lusitanium was first for the LMP ones. Triple One Racing, most that led this race most of the time, was on second position, and Global Racing was on third position. Fourth position and the first on the LMP2 was Rush Motorsport, followed by Team RGPL on fifth position. Sixth position was from a new team, Simco Endurance Team, and seventh position was for Simtech Racing. Then we had eighth place for 51 Racing, ninth place for Project XTR, a project that never ends, like Henrique always say.
yeah, project that never starts and never ends.
Exactly. 10th
So
position
as a
for
project, so
10th
bloody
position
project.
for Full Boost Racing, 11th position for Black Road Racing, and 12th for Rush Motorsport LMP1. Then we had the GTs. Our seat Europe was leading the race on the LMGT class, followed by Hawkeye Racing on second position. NT France Racing Team was on third, and our seats FR Racing Team was on fourth position. Fifth position was for the Jamaica Boys X Team, and sixth position for anti-France competition. Those were the results. We had more teams, but we are not going to to read them all. But we had more teams on track at the moment. After 3 hours, more than 19 teams were still racing, which I think it was a very good race until that point. And I think that with this level, we can expect a very good championship if we manage to eliminate all the problems with the crashes we had. So stay tuned. We expect to have nice grids for this WEC 2014 championship, and we, like always, we will going to have these races broadcast on simrace.tv.
Yeah. Me, Mike Pittman, and Walter Lemons on WEC. As for the team of commentators for F1 is me and Mike. For NLC, it's kind of a big one. I have Ben Willis with me. I have Shane Burke, and last race we had Connor Keane, which you didn't heard about him very much because he didn't talk that much. But if he does come on the next one on Vasco Samer, which will be on next Tuesday, I'm gonna try to book him a bit for to see if he can talk a bit more and see if he can talk properly English for once on his life. Uh, but as Hugo said, stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned
This
because we might have good news in the upcoming weeks. We can't reveal anything just now, but we might have good news regarding these shows, right?
yeah, some I don't know why I want me to say that. Anyway, we're gonna finish this because this is getting a bit long.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's the pilot episode, let's let's say, so we can make it a little bit longer.
yep. Um,
Just have to say that we will have some guests for upcoming shows. So if you want to
to join.
to join us to for some minutes of conversation about the races here at Extreme RPM and the previews for upcoming races, uh, just leave us a message on our email or Facebook page.
Yep. Exactly. And say your goodbyes because I'm gonna finish this thing in a second.
So goodbye and see you on episode 2.
Yep. So there you go. This was Uno from World Championship director. And between me and you guys, stay tuned for this kind of shows. We are still testing this format. We've never done this, even though I'm talking now with Mike Pittman, which is an expert on this kind of thing. He didn't say much, so uh, you see, he doesn't want to help me. But anyway, we're gonna learn and we're gonna get better at this. And hopefully on the next one we're gonna laugh a bit more because I didn't laugh that much. So I hope you enjoyed it. See you on Tuesday for for you that watch races on Simrace TV. And from me and Ugo, it's a goodbye. XtremeRPM TV.